Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. There's some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thoughts and harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I'll be 10 feet.
Feel like I'll be 10 feet. Hey, big up John, man. Every bloody time, bro. And by the way, big up John. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? I know he'll announce it himself. But yeah, that music, the music is solid. The new stuff is good, man.
Oh, you heard the
but big up everyone.
Well, yeah? You heard the music.
Yeah, bro, it was good. It was. How was you supposed to message you?
I was like, you know what? I just played it in the car and I was like,
bro,
straight through. No,
because pauses. I saw like he said it as like I thought it was like a voice note basically the way it come through. So I'm thinking, obviously, when I see like a long voice note, I'm like, okay, and if it's a long voice note, if I'm doing something, obviously I can't hear it because I can't stop and start. It's all kind of long. So I said, all right, let me wait until I'm actually free and available to sit down and listen to what he was saying. And then I hear the first bit and I just hear the beat. I was thinking, what's going on? And then I heard it and I was like, oh shit. And then I heard the next two. And then I said, okay, say no more, John. Say no more, man. But yeah, big up John every time. As always, guys, his link is in the description anyway. If you ever want to go, head on to his YouTube, Spotify, whatever. Head over onto his kind of world. Listen to his music. His music, you always hear it in my intros, outros, all of that kind of stuff, man. So make sure you guys go and check him out. But today, man, we're here. Not going to be here for too long, guys. So don't worry. I know I was on Enza's stream last night. We were doing just taking a look at the preview. We watched the presser for the game. We'll talk about that in a minute because that was absolutely dog shit. But yeah, we're just taking a look at RB Leipzig because they didn't want to take a look at RB Leipzig in the press conference at all, in terms of how they've been this season and etc. But of course, I can't do this by myself, man. So I've got the gaffer inside the building. Big up Jerry, bro, man. How are you this morning, my bro?
I'm calm, man. I'm calm. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, because I'm driving. So it's obviously
brother. Literally clear as day.
Iffy 4G, 5G. Perfect. Well, yeah, man. So we're good. We're gonna try.
That's actually hilarious. As soon as I said that, look, now he's gone off. But yes, don't worry. We're going to chop it up anyway. As Jerry said, he's in the car. He's heading on to work, man, but he's here for the people. You know what I mean? And we'll speak about RB Leipzig. Big up LA in the building, man. I hope you're doing well this morning, bro. I hope you are doing well. People, let me know. Whether you watch his Twitter, YouTube, whatever. And then where's this even posted out? Wherever you guys are watching this, just make sure you smash the like, please, and share the content out for me, man. So as I said, obviously this is the third game in the Champions League for Liverpool. We've won our first two games, beating both the Italian sides, AC Milan and beating Bologna. Been kind of comfortable, if I'm being totally honest with you. Been kind of calm, both of the performances in those games. Obviously, we thought that AC Milan was going to be a tricky game. It wasn't in the end. Leao and company weren't really all that and a bag of chips. Obviously slight scare at the beginning, but we ended up, winning that game relatively comfortably. Bologna, that was, again, it had our moments, don't get twisted, of course, like you would do in any walk of life. But yeah, again, I felt like it was another kind of comfortable game. Big up Michael in the building. Jerry, man, just before we dive into all of this, if he is there, just let us know, man, how you kind of looking into this game, our third game in the Champions League against RB Leipzig away. How you kind of seeing it? If Jerry is there. If you are talking, bro, we can't hear you, to be fair, if you are talking. But Jerry will sort that out in a minute. But I'll just go anyway, just until he's back in the building. The way I'm seeing, obviously, this third game, for me, it should be I want to say a foregone conclusion. I don't all envisage that this game should be too difficult, if I'm being too honest with you. I could join Jerry that. Yeah. All right, cool. Send them all, man. I'll send you the link.
Yo, right. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah. Now I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was saying, like, it's weird. Right. Do is, when you go on your phone now, on the stream, it takes you to the app, innit?
Oh, StreamYard got an app.
Yeah, so it takes me to the app, and the app's
Right,
bogus. Like
no.
it's telling me I'm connected, but then you guys can't hear me, and it's just mad. So when I ain't got my laptop, it's just silly. But yeah, I was saying, I don't know, man. Like I'm always intrigued to see Slots Liverpool because I like the way we play. Like the way I see football is very similar to Slot. It's very, very similar. So I'm intrigued to see how do we come up against this? How do we deal with this situation? What are the small changes that we do? Why do we decide to? Do you know what I mean, play through the middle? Why do we have the fullbacks mad narrow? And it's always a learning experience when I'm watching Liverpool right now. So it's for me, it's good to see. Leipzig, I don't know too much about. I'm not one of them ones that are gonna lie. Like I don't know who they've got. I don't know if Poulsen still plays for them. I don't know if Sabitzer's gone now. All those brothers that we once wanted, they've all gone. So I'm looking at Leipzig like, yeah, you're a decent team. I know they're doing all right in the league, to be fair. But so Liverpool, innit? So I expect Liverpool. I expect it to be a good game, and I expect Liverpool to come out top, essentially, because I feel like we're the better team. But obviously, football isn't always played out like that.
No, of course, man. And yeah, what Jerry said, 100% true. They are joint top of the league in the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich at this current moment in time. So they're doing all right. They're doing all right. Do you know what I mean? Like they're doing their thing in the Bundesliga, of course. And I expect them to have a somewhat decent season. If they can keep their players fit, we'll talk about those players in a second. If they can keep their main players fit through the majority of the season, I think they'll have like a somewhat successful season, probably good, potential good cup run. But in regards to this game in particular, I'm kind of with Jerry. Like you guys already know, right? Especially because it's me and Jerry, right? So you guys already know the old regime, shall we say, in terms of the style of play and stuff like that. Now, obviously, we're here with the way that Slot plays. Every game just always seems like quite intriguing in terms of, listen, we're not going to be perfect. It's not going to be 10 out of 10 Barcelona 2009, kind of performances. And that's fine. We'll analyze it when we do our match reactions and stuff like that. And when we're, looking at it in game. But in terms of, if you look at it on a whole, I think now, what's that, 10 out of 11 games that he's won? I think we've played 11 games. What's that, 8 in the league, 2 Champions Leagues, and 1 cup game. So, 11 games, and he's won 10 of those. So, he's clearly doing something right. And on top of that, I also think it's just purely about the style of play that we've now got. When we look at it, Liverpool in games, in certain moments in games, I have to admit, Liverpool look really, really good. I can't complain. I can't sit here and lie. Of course, in other moments, yes, I feel like we can improve, but Slot's alluded to that already. He said it, after the Chelsea game, in terms of he felt like we didn't play that well. He felt Chelsea played really, really well in that game, but we ended up getting the victory. But there were moments in that kind of game. But if we look back on previous games that we've had this season, I feel like Liverpool have, in totality, we've been good in totality. And I can't really complain at the style of football because this is kind of the style of football I want to see. Obviously, a few tweaks here and there, then it will get to that in my own, in my own mind, it'll get to that somewhat quote unquote perfect, kind of football. But listen, it is what it is. And ultimately we have got RB Leipzig. Big up Michael in the building. I hope you're doing well, my bro, if he is there.
Yo, man.
Big up, bro, man. How are you, man? How are you?
Good, man. I got a exciting day today, man. I can't even watch the Liverpool game tonight, to be honest. So I got to rewatch it in the morning.
Why can't you watch the game, bro?
I'm going to the Barca Bayern game.
Yeah, you see, Michael, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I don't wanna speak to this guy, bro. What do you mean you're going to? What do you mean you're going to the Barca Bayern game, man, bro?
I live in Barca now. I live in Barcelona. So
you live in so that's
yeah.
First and foremost, I was actually supposed to message you after our stream when you came on the other day. Congratulations on the move, by the way. Big up to your damn self. But swear, like you're going to the
man. Yeah, man.
Where you live in Barcelona now, Michael?
Yeah, I live in Barcelona, man.
How come? Work, or you just decided I want to change?
I work, and then my girl, she moved here, so we go here. I can work wherever. Plus, I get to go watch Barcelona, man. I can't, bro. Tonight's game,
bro,
it's gonna be fireworks.
That's why I'm jealous. Like, I'm like, well,
it's gonna be fireworks,
bro. You're lucky. Yeah, see, Michael's making me think. Should I just watch the Barca game today and then rewatch the Liverpool game in the morning, like? Because I could just do that instead.
Bro, are you that old? Do you have 2 screens?
Yeah, but I can't focus on two things at the same time like that. What if I miss something over here and then
Yeah,
something? No, I need to.
can't do that.
Yeah, like, I need to watch like one. I don't want to watch
I've just
two
accustomed
games.
myself to watching like 2 or 3 games at the same time, like on Champions League or international break. I've just gotten so used to it, kind of just focusing on 2 screens.
Because you can see you can
I'm a wild man.
multitask like that. I can't multitask like that. My brain will only allow me to focus. Because you know what will happen in one of the games, whichever one, either the Leipzig or the Barca game, one of the games will be more interesting. So my focus will always just stay
tend
here.
to focus on the other one.
Yep. Yeah, and then the other one, I don't know, I'll miss something that I should have known or I should understand, and then all of a sudden now I'm just sitting here thinking, boom. But listen, I'll have one of the games on in the background, so to speak, in terms of I'll be focusing on the score. But we'll wait and see, man. We'll wait and see. But Mike, chat to us, bro. Obviously, RB Leipzig. You know a lot more about Leipzig than I do. If you can just kind of give your kind of perspective on the game in itself in terms of how you see it, but also in terms of Leipzig themselves.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a tough game. I really think RB Leipzig are one of those. They're just. I don't really care for the club because I don't like the way they were founded. Obviously, Red Bull and that sort of stuff. And shout out to Jurgen joining that project. But they got a lot of good players. Like you look at some of these players, like Lois Openda, Šeško, Xavi Simons, Antonio Nusa. Those 4 guys, all of them could go for plus 50 million in the next couple of years because they're so talented. They're comfortable on the ball. And we know with RB Leipzig and Marco Rose football and basically the sort of dynamic of Red Bull football is that very high pressing, high octane football, just like Jurgen Klopp football. But they've made such good, like Hertruda, the guy they signed from Feyenoord, beast, absolute beast of ripe. I wanted him at Liverpool. I think he really complements this team very well. You got Vermeeren, who was a little bit of a flop at Atletico, didn't really work out with Simeone. They signed him. He's
okay. Just before you continue, on that, do you think it was more he was a flop or? He wasn't getting the opportunities like a Ryan Gravenberch wasn't getting.
He wasn't really getting the opportunities, I would say. Yeah, I wouldn't maybe say flop. Maybe that's a little bit too disrespectful.
Yeah, because I like him. I think he's a good.
He's a very good player. He hasn't been like outstanding so far this year, but Vermeeren, that's a baller right there. So they have a lot of good pieces, and defensively they've gone actually stronger this year. And you kind of see with this formation, sort of this setup, it's 3-4-3. They have no sort of play out wide. It's all down the middle. You have Šeško, who kind of drops down, and him and Xavi Simons are like the 2 cams, and then Lois Openda is just making run in behind and in behind every single time. So we're gonna have to focus our game basically tonight, Gravenberch, and if McAllister starts, to eliminate Šeško and Xavi Simons from the game. Don't let them find those little pockets of space then to turn on to Van Dijk or Konate or these sort of guys. But look, Leipzig is one of those teams I do not want to play in Europe right now because they're a very good attacking team. They haven't played a superior team so far this year. They had a crazy game against Juventus in the last game where Juve went down to 10 men and they lost the game somehow, Leipzig 3-2. So they are vulnerable, but they have the pieces that can threaten us. I think they have much dangerous attacking options compared to Chelsea.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I was telling Jerry about playing through the middle. Like they don't want. Like they're going to try and potentially also from a defensive standpoint as well. I guess the way that they kind of set up with this 4-2-4 phenomenon that everyone keeps kind of talking about in terms of the way that teams like to set up in defense. It seems like everybody, all of a sudden, maybe I'm just noticing it more, but it just seems like everybody is doing that at this current moment in time. But they also do that at times when they are trying to drop back into defense. But listen, man, Michael's right, man. I think Ale saying it there, you know, that forward line. You know, those players walk on. I said this yesterday on Enza's stream, like Nusa, the Šeškos, the Xavi Simons, and Opendas, those 4 anyway, that could be an issue for Liverpool, purely just down to the kind of space that we leave behind. It's not even the fact that we leave space. I'm good with that because we've shown that we can defend it at times. It's the kind of space. It's where we're leaving that space. And if you let players like this, who are a bit more smarter than your Maduekes and, you know, people like that, that could, I'm not saying it will, by the way, people, but I feel like it could, you know, end up being, you know, somewhat of a problem.
Have you seen much of Antonio Nusa play?
Yes. Bro,
this guy's
I think,
a baller.
I think with someone like Nusa, how can I put it? I think because I think he was gonna move to Brentford at one stage.
Then the medical failed or he had an injury, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, he would, if he had gone to Brentford, should I say, sorry, if he had gone there, would he be doing well now? Personally, I don't think so, just because of the way that the Premier League is. I don't feel like Brentford was maybe the right type of club. Going to an RB Leipzig, though, and then moving on to a bigger club than Brentford later, I feel like that was a very good move in terms of for his development. But in terms of him as a player, it's like we were saying yesterday on the stream. You see that left side? Let's just say, for argument's sake, people, just so that we don't, get bogged down. Let's just say they have the same team. Let's just say they put the same team out, right? See that left side, Lukeba, Nusa, Sesko, and then Openda sometimes dropping in with Javi Simons potentially going through the middle. See Trent and Salah. Yeah, that they're gonna need to work. Yep. They're gonna need to work. they're gonna need to work together, in my personal opinion, on that side. Because if they don't, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Ali saying Michael is scaring me now. I don't think Michael said it for us to be scared, though. I don't. You can talk for yourself.
No, look, I rate RB Leipzig. The attack really, actually, wouldn't say scares me, but I think it can cause a lot of troubles. Liverpool, have they faced a very good attack so far this year? I mean, yeah, kind of Chelsea, and we nullified them, but the aspects of this game is really just nullify Šeško and nullify Xavi Simons. Because if those two guys are flowing and they got the confidence in this game, oh no, then we're going to get in trouble here, especially down the left side of RB Leipzig can be a huge threat. And I think with Gertruida, he's very good on the ball, super strong defensively. So he kind of then forms a back four in a way. Luke Bob will then go as like a left back, and then Antonio Nusa just bombs forwards. These are the sort of issues that Arne Slot is going to have today. So I wonder, with his sort of lineup choices, what is he going to do? Is he going to try and look for more control with McAllister? Is he going to keep going with Curtis Jones as maybe the third midfielder instead of Soboslai? There's a lot of different aspects with this game, but people will just look at RB Leipzig and say, yeah, automatic win. It's not going to be like that, people. They are a tough team. I don't think they've played anybody tough so far. Like I said, I think they've only played Juventus and they lost, but yeah, those attacking options, they should threaten Liverpool.
Nah, man, I fully hear. I'm just getting up this for you guys now. So this was just something that I was that I just looked at. This was like one sequence of play that I saw them have. I think it was actually against Juventus. No, it wasn't Juventus. It was in the Bundesliga. It was not their last game, the game before that. It was just a sequence that they had coming up against a team who also plays 4-3-3. And I remember thinking, you know what, that's exactly like Liverpool in terms of the way that we play. So a little bit of what Michael was saying, not word for word, but just a little bit from what I saw of them is, you guys see obviously here on the screen. This is obviously the 11. I'll go through that in a minute. Again, I just picked the players that were available there. I just feel like if you give Simons too much time, as you can see there, a Sesko or an Openda, don't give these type of players too much time in behind. I feel like that will always be a problem, because where we kind of always have the two at the back, as you guys saw there, we know already when you got the two at the back and then all of a sudden Gertruda's running on the right, Noose is running on the left-hand side, Xavi Simons is, cutting back on the edge of the box. That's too many runners now. And if we've got a Trent, a Robbo, Tsimikas, who are a bit further forward, I feel like that will cause us a little bit of a problem just in transition, because I feel like they're very good at pressing. I don't know if Michael agrees with that, but I feel like that they are pretty decent at pressing. It's Red Bull. They're intense with the way that they do it. If they then nick the ball back, as Michael said about, the way that they play, if they're able to nick the ball back from a Gravenberch or a Konate or whatever, bro, they're in on goal. They're in on goal. And Xavi Simons will always drop into space. He's like a floater. You'll just see him kind of everywhere, maybe on the left wing, maybe through the middle, drop back into midfield just to pick up the ball and then run with it. Don't give him the space to turn. Once he turns and you've got Openda and Sesko, yeah, and Nusa on the other side, yeah, no. We don't have that kind of pace at the back.
No, and especially Šeško and Openda, man, those two guys. I just love Šeško. I think he's going to be a baller in the future. Maybe some people are writing him off, and he had that big miss against Portugal in the Euros, but his hold-up play, his technical ability. Once he finds a little bit more of a confidence level with him, and he could be every single game a threat. You're just going to see him bag 1 goal a game, 2 goals a game, kind of like Omar Mahmoud in the Bundesliga right now. And that's just a sort of threat that RB Leipzig have. constantly lose play. There should be a video looking at the all-time 11 for RB Leipzig. I'm sorry.
That's your content, right? Don't give that to the people. Don't,
Hey,
because
man.
then some idiot's gonna
I'm
come
just trying
with
to
the
give some free
video.
ideas here, G. I'm
Yeah,
a helpful man.
no,
I'm the United Nations. I'm trying to give people some help here.
No, because I've learned recently with people, they're snaky with the way that they steal video ideas and stuff. I said, no, that's Michael's content. If I'm gonna watch a video about the an RB11, I only really want to hear Michael talk about it. I don't want to hear some random guy tell me about players that they don't know. Just Michael, keep that to yourself, bro. I don't want you to
I'll
give
try
out
my
free
best,
game.
man. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man. But yeah, overall, well, do you think we should go with Szoboszlai on the bench then in this game and start Curtis Jones alongside McAllister and Gravenberg to give us a little bit more control? Or do we want Dominic? Because maybe Arne Slot will look at the RB Leipzig attack and say, okay, let's sit back a little bit. Let's not be like super defensive like we were against Chelsea and control the game that way. But maybe use Szoboszlai for his counterattacking ability. What do you think with the starting lineup for this game? Because that's a little bit more intriguing.
Let's get into it then, bro. That's where I was heading to right away. Guys, in the chat, man, let us know obviously what your starting lineup for the game will be as well. Big up Tofi saying just rest everyone. I don't think it could be that kind of game. And to be honest, I don't think we even have the players anyway. Like from when he was naming Chiesa, Allison, Elliott, can't remember who the other, Bradley. That's 4 players already out, kind of thing. 2 of those, yeah, you could say first teamers and whatnot. Yeah, it's a bit of a mad one. Big up Alexander. Keep it real saying. He said, yeah, he just reminds me of a floater. He will in some games have his position that he will, would I say, somewhat stick to, but in most games I'm watching him recently anyway, he floats out to the wing. He drops into the half space, but I feel like because of the relationship that both him, Openda, and Sesko, all 3 of them have, they're allowed to kind of do that, in terms of the way that they've got that fluidity within their game. But listen, man, let's go through the lineup anyhow. So obviously, we already know, as I said before, he mentioned Jota. Oh, I forgot about Jota. Jota's another player who's going to be out of seemingly out of this game. And to be honest, I've got no problems with that just because we know about Jota's injury records already. So let's just chill in regards to him. In terms of back 4, Mike, how do you see in terms of how would you like the back 4 to be? Do you want it to just be same back 4 to keep the continuity, or would you like to see some changes in there?
I don't know. I wasn't happy with Robertson's performance over the weekend. So do you go with Tsimikas then? Just to bring some fresh legs or something like that, maybe? I'm not too sure, considering the opponent we got over the weekend as well, Arsenal. So this is the problem now with the schedule coming up. We got tough game after tough game. We're going first to Evander Holyfield. Then we got Mike Tyson. Maybe it's Tyson Fury next. After that, well, I would say Anthony Joshua, but the guy's got no chin whatsoever. So, yeah, you got to rotate with this team. And I think Tsimikas can start there. Now, I wonder if you might go Gomez at right back.
That's what I thought. Just to deal with that threat more so. But also, as you said, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. Like we've got too many games where it's like, you're going to need a breather somewhere in these kind of games. So I had Robbo playing half a game or a bit of a game.
Okay.
And then Tsimikas comes on, but then Gomez starts the game with Trent then coming on. So basically, both of them could be on the bench potentially. So I'll show you now. All right, cool. So obviously Van Dijk, no question about that.
Yep. Konate.
Plays Konate. Yep, I agree with that. So I went with Gomez instead. I don't mind Tsimikas actually playing, to be fair. Like, when I say I don't mind, I don't think he played that well in the last outing he had, but I don't mind for this game him playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't been impressed at all with Tsimikas this season. I'm going to be honest.
See? This is what I'm saying. This is the problem that we've got right now.
This is the problem. Yeah, exactly. We should have gone in the left back over the summer, but we didn't sign anybody except for Chiesa. And God, where's Chiesa? Can we get the FBI to find Chiesa, please? Somebody. I need the FBI, CIA on all fronts right now to find Chiesa because the guy is already injured. But
bro, I'll promise you. You see with Chiesa, yeah. Listen, I like Chiesa. I've always liked him. He's a calm player. Blah blah blah. My problem with Chiesa though has always been, you see them. Obviously, I heard the press conference. Was watching the press conference. Slot's obviously alluding to the fact that he hasn't had a preseason, the intensity of the Premier League and stuff like that, the intensity of the team as well. He's trying to work him up to that. I've got no problem with that. My only issue is that the only problem with Chiesa at this current moment in time? Because at the moment, the guy's coming, like he said, he trains sometimes, doesn't train all the time with the team. He's in and he's out. Listen, if it's due to fatigue, which I don't really know how that works, but if it's due to fatigue, I'm not a doctor, then fair enough. But at some point, we're going to get to a point at some point in the season, if it continues, all of a sudden now, you see that 12 million that you spent? That's a waste of a 12 million. It ends up looking, it looks like a waste of 12 million. I know it's a small fee, but we are a club that does not spend money. Considering we didn't spend hardly any money in the summer, that should tell you we're not that kind of club where it's like, let's just like Fulham will go and spend 12 million and then go spend 40 million or 35 million on a Smith Rowe, for example. We're not going to do that. So when we're not doing that as a club, I'm like, boy, I just hope for his sake and for the club's sake that this works out in some way, shape, or form. Because we've already got a couple players in the team that we're spending money on, or we've spent money on, and it's not looking too gravy. And we spent quite a bit of money on some of these players. So it just needs to be easy. But we'll get to him anyways. Big up. I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say big up JTT. Big up Ali in the building. I can see in-game changes depending on if you're winning. Yep.
That's a wild username. I just saw that.
yeah. Like I said, JTT. We're gonna just leave it at that. It's spaghetti buffy legs at the moment. I hear it. Big up Pops, man. Big up Pops. Hope you're doing well. Hope the little one's doing well as well, by the way, man. Hope you're blessed. Big up Hakeem in the building. Guys, as always, man, Michael, make sure you subscribe to Michael's channel, please. And make sure you subscribe to Beige and Reds TV as well. Don't be bozos. Make sure you're subscribed over there. So, midfield. This is the area that we're... So, let's just get one out of the way, just so that we can put him in the team.
Yep.
What was you saying in regards to the midfield?
I was saying McAllister and then Szoboszlai. Now, on the weekend, I think it can be Curtis Jones then coming into the starting lineup instead of Szoboszlai against Arsenal.
I like the way you think. Just obviously, you've seen the discourse already. I know you probably may have spoken about it, but just in your opinion, for Szoboszlai at this moment in time, you can see everyone is just cussing this guy left, right, and center. Yeah. How, like, for you, what is it like? Because you've seen Szoboszlai since Salzburg, if not before that. You've seen him from then till now. What is going on with the guy, bro? Like, what is it for you?
Man, it's just. I think it's just a confidence thing right now with his play. Because when I see him play for Hungary or when I've seen him play for RB Leipzig, the guy is full of confidence, just driving with the ball, making the correct decision making. Now it's just like every touch is heavy. It just doesn't seem confident. With any aspect of his play right now. At Leipzig, when he had an opportunity to shoot, he would shoot. Now he's hesitant. He's like, okay, maybe I will take it. Maybe not now. I don't like everybody's just trying to cuss him out and say, oh, this is now just a Hungarian Jordan Henderson. All he does is just spam the ball. Like people, please, come on, man. This is not Jordan Henderson. At least Szoboszlai has some tech. All Henderson would just do a no-look cross to the back post. That's all he was doing. Szoboszlai, I hope he gets through this rut. And obviously, this is familiar with all sorts of players. Not every player is going to put up a 9 out of 10 performance every single time. It's just football. Not everybody's Messi. Not everybody's Salah. Not everybody's Ronaldo. You're not going to put up 9 out of 10 performances. And through parts of your career, you're going to go through a rut. And right now, Szoboszlai is going through that rut. Now, you play him through it, or he's just going to have to figure out himself. Prime example, Vinicius Jr. The guy was awful at Real Madrid. Everybody was cussing him out. And now he's going to win a Ballon d'Or next week. So I'm not saying Szoboszlai is going to win a Ballon d'Or or anything like that, but you just got to be patient with some players. Right now, it ain't looking great. It's looking bad, but just got to be patient. And hopefully, hey, go up against your former team, get 2 goals, and maybe it will be a turning point in Szoboszlai's career with Liverpool. Hopefully it is.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. Listen, I've still got. I know everyone laughs at me. I know, but I've still got stocks in the guy. I've still got stock because I think he is. I think he has the attributes of a player of a top player. Of course, you have to show them. I'm not going to be dumb and act like he's not showing it 100%. He's just seemingly just lost this confidence. But it's so weird that I say loss of confidence because the guy still plays more or less every single game. Every single week he's always still playing, still doing the same kind of things. At some point, and obviously we'll know more once Elliot comes back. Jones is in a bit more rhythm and stuff like that. I think we'll know more about how Arne Slot sees the team when those players are back. Because then if he doesn't drop Szoboszlai, then we've all got, well, I say we, but people who have been cussing him, you got to keep your mouth quiet now. Because if the manager keeps picking you, whether we think he's good or not, that's a different conversation. We can cuss that part. But the manager keeps picking him. So there has to be something about your game that the manager has said, bro, you have to keep playing. No matter what you're not doing, there's something that you keep doing that I need to keep you in there. Now, I'm not saying it's that far off from the Ginny situation, because I promise you, I was one of the people with Ginny. So, Ginny, I apologize if you're watching this. I was like, bro, I don't need to see Ginny here. Like, I don't want like this midfield review. Sometimes, I'm not feeling the way you're playing. And then he obviously, when he came out with what he said, obviously after he left Liverpool, right? But it's almost like I started to then realize once he had left, shit, this is actually what we're missing almost in the midfield. Is someone like a Ginny, that was obviously at that kind of time. So I almost feel like that could potentially be the same thing with Szoboszlai, is that if you took him out of the team for a prolonged period of time, kind of thing, I feel like the team would start to feel the effects. Again, I don't know. I really don't know. Until Elliot is fit and Jones has got a bit more rhythm and stuff like that, I can't really predict it because not everyone is fit. So he's going to have to play anyway. But once that happens, if he still plays, bro, we got to just, it is what it is. What else can we do? Like, we can only keep moaning so much. But if he keeps playing, there's only so much, man. There's only so much. Pop said, Mr. Lot said he needs to score, so I don't get why he doesn't shoot. I don't know. Honestly, Pops, I don't know. I really, really, really don't know. Alice saying, I agree with Michael and Szoboszlai. Steve saying, yo, big up Steve in the building. RB Leipzig are pretty good at home in UCL over the years. Would be an excellent result if Liverpool get a win. No, it would be, man. I respect it. I like RB Leipzig, man. I always try to, if I ever do a Bundesliga save, I always choose them. I don't know why. I want them to win the Bundesliga. Mr. Lot clearly sees what most of the fans don't, because Dom is always there. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Big up Scraps in the building. Mr. Can't pass 5 yards, keeping his spot this game. Yeah. I've got him in my team. Michael said he's obviously putting him in there as well. But looking more forward to the Arsenal game, from what I think Michael said in regards to having Curtis Jones potentially playing. I would do that as well. Especially away to Arsenal. I feel like that's going to be the kind of game where maybe you might need a Jones, a different type of profile, in that kind of game. LFC Club definitely rates Szoboszlai, unlike some. Yeah. All right, let's go to the forward line. I don't think this is even up for debate. I should have just preloaded some of these players. Obviously, Jota's injured. There's no Chiesa. Do you just go Nunes Diaz or Nunes Gakpo Diaz? Would you kind of go with?
As Eddie Guerrero would say, Latino heat. Luis Diaz and Darwin Nunes.
No,
God, Darwin needs to get a goal in this game, though, man. We need him to get some confidence ahead of the Arsenal game, because I don't know how long Jota's out for, but please, por favor, Darwin, just get the goal today, please. I beg, man.
No, it's true. I think. Listen, look, last game came on against Chelsea. Defensively, in terms of the work rate that he was putting in, I felt like, look, he was calm, he was good. He was putting himself about in it, and he seemed to. It was like where he was doing it with such vim. It must have. I can only imagine people in the stands are like, "Oh my goodness, Darwin Nunes at work rate and stuff like that." Listen, all great. I've got no problem with that whatsoever, especially if that's what the manager's asking, from you. But at some point you're gonna, we need to see you score too. So I'm hoping I think he's gonna start anyway just because of Jota. if that's the case, yeah, we need you to, get into some level of confidence. Obviously, on the flip side as well, it is going to be a bit hard for him because he's not starting games. He's in, he's out for time, and then he's in, and then he's in for 2 games maybe, and then comes straight back out as soon as, Jota was fit the last time as well. Then there was that game, and I think in the cup or whenever it was, where they both played, Jota playing just behind Nunes. So it's been a bit janky for Nunes this season, but unfortunately, this is football. And at some point, if you're not staking your claim, for him, 3 seasons in, he can't be a rotation player. I don't think he's going to see it that way. I think he's number 9. I don't think he's going to be like, yeah, I don't mind next season battling it out. I don't think he's going to look at it like that, kind of thing, especially if Liverpool potentially go out and sign another striker, who kind of fits Slot's mold a little bit more, which I actually think we will go and do. So then if that happens, what does Darwin Núñez do? The only way he can stop that is he's going to need to, show us something. The work rate is great, but just like people kept telling me with Diogo Jota was putting in work rate, but people were moaning about he's not scoring enough goals. No worries. Núñez, same thing. You can have the work rate, that's great, but if you're not scoring, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Because you are here to score the goals.
Gee, he hasn't scored a goal since that Bournemouth banger.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't always talk on Darwin Núñez, because it always sounds like I'm coming from a place of hate. I'm not coming from a place of hate. I don't. At this point, I don't actually care about Núñez like that.
He just needs the bag, man. I watched him for Uruguay over the international break, and he was atrocious. I mean, Uruguay are atrocious as well. Marcelo Bielsa is running out of fumes at the moment, obviously, with his style of play, but he was terrible. He had a golden chance against Ecuador, and he hit the post. I mean, he was 5 yards out, and he hit the post, bro. I could not believe he missed it. That was the only chance in the game, and he could have been the difference maker. So I think his confidence level is low. So maybe this game, RB Leipzig, they're going to be very open, and we'll see how that happens with this matchup. But I think this is a game that Darwin can get the confidence going. Now that Jota's injured and we don't know how long he's out for, Darwin, you got to get some goals, buddy. Somebody has to score other than Luis Diaz and Salah, because those two guys are really carrying the goal scoring on this team at the moment. Everybody else,
I just saw the opportunities.
Jota here and there, but now it's Darwin's opportunity. Let's see if he takes it on.
I'm just watching the miss that he had against Ecuador. Yeah, it's Anyway,
bro, I mean, how you don't score from there? Gee, I have no clue. I really don't.
Like I said, I'm not trying to come.
Everybody in the chat, please go watch the miss against Ecuador. You know what I'm talking about. It's a horrendous miss. He does open up space for himself in the section.
He did. I was just about to say the turn
finishing is atrocious.
Yeah. The turn. Was good,
you know who would have scored that chance, G? This man right here. Right? Your nemesis.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Come on.
This guy. This is a goal scorer. I don't know what it is.
Come on. I even think John Duran would have scored that type of finish.
Bro, that guy.
I saw his outburst yesterday as well, by the way, when he came off the pitch, because he just scored and then he came off like
such.
You know what they've got? Yeah, you see what they've got? Yeah, obviously John Duran, he's 20 years old. Listen, he's gonna moan if he comes off, of course, especially when you just score a goal. But I like the fact that because Ollie Watkins is still the better player, he's still the better striker, and I would still have him up top, right? But the fact that you've got him who's also scoring goals, I like that healthy competition. I like it. It's almost like the Salah Mane, but the difference is Salah Mane would still always play anyway. We didn't have no one else to. It's not like one of them would come off the pitch and for the other one. No, it's just they've got one striker plays. Sometimes they go with 2, and you can see John Duran saying, "Bro, like, come on, man! Like, I'm scoring goals. I'm doing this." So I like that kind of dynamic. I kind of like it. JTT saying I've seen enough misses already. Yeah.
Hey, JTT, you gotta go see that miss, bro. Just ask to the catalog.
Hey, moment. Yo, Jay, I beg you, what? Can you change your name, please? Like, I beg, please. I don't want to keep saying JTT. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what your thing says. Just please. Like, it's too early in the morning. Yeah, I don't want that problem. Darwin does look good in Europe. Has he scored?
This season? No, I don't think so.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, no, he hasn't. No. I think he got an assist.
I mean, he did have that one flick goal against Real Madrid. He had that. Did he have that goal against Ajax? Or no, it was Celtic away. No, sorry, Rangers away where he scored where we won 7-0. Yeah, that's it. That's what I can remember, at least.
Yeah, maybe Europa last season. I don't really care. I don't really care about Europa.
Yeah, I don't care.
Drifty was doing the most on the Sam stream. The Nunes defense. Oh yeah, but you see, Enz was probably there was Enz there as well. Enz was quiet last night. To be fair, I'm sure I messaged him and I didn't get a reply. Yeah, it is what it is, man. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Nunes CM gang. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, see,
Really, we're gonna go with the Lucas Torreira gimmick now for Darwin Nunes.
You see, but okay. If that happens, let's just say in a hypothetical, I don't think it will. In a hypothetical world, if that happens, I need every Nunes fan to come outside and I need you all to line up. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to paint over the Nunes memorial. We're going to paint over that. And we're going to paint loser. Because there's no way that you've been standing here for the last 3 years and this guy now turns into a center midfielder. That cannot happen. I'm sorry. I'm so like by hook or by crook, he's just gonna have to either be a not so good striker or turn into just prime Suarez at some point in time. I'm sorry.
Darwin is just gonna turn into Ruud Gullit on FIFA, where he's a center back, a center mid, and striker legends card.
Listen. Because, like I said, the defensive work that he did put in against Chelsea was good. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
it was good. He was harassing, obviously, Viega when he came on the pitch, Badia Shile on the pitch as well, Levi Colwill. He was really occupying those defenders, but he was tracking back. I think he's made more tackles than Declan Rice, I think, this season.
Gee, I told you on the stream the other day, he won 9 out of 12 tackles.
Yes, you did. 9 out of 12 freaking tackles.
Compared to Szoboszlai, who had 0 out of 6.
Okay, look, we're talking about Nunes. Just leave Szoboszlai to his devices. He's going through something at the moment. He just got engaged. Maybe he's, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going through his mind. You know, maybe he had a lot to think about. I don't know, man. I've got my stocks in Szoboszlai. The only reason why I've got stocks in him is because he was at a higher level than Gravenberch when Gravenberch came. Gravenberch probably got more potential, but he was at a higher level. And now everyone's done, not everyone, because some people did rate Gravenberch last season, to be fair. But now quite a lot of people are doing like a 180 on Gravenberch after seeing him last season, where, let's be real, if we had if we had told Gravenberch you can go out on loan, I don't think anybody would have moaned at that. If we knew we were going to buy a midfielder, by the way, not just put him out on loan. If we knew we was going to get like Zubimendi, I'm pretty sure everyone would be like, yeah, that's fine. No worries. Gravenberch can go. And I just think, just give guys, please, just for me, give Szoboszlai 3 more games. That's all I ask for. If after 3 more games you're still not happy with him, fairs. I will agree with you, and we can start saying, okay, Curtis Jones has to start and stuff like that.
And I would say the same thing for Nunes now. If he has if he has 3 consecutive starts now, because as you alluded already, that he's got some minutes here, starts there. He just hasn't had a consecutive games to really get going. But now I think it's his opportunity. Let's see how he does. Right after these 3 games, if you're still a Nunes fan, fair enough. Nothing will change your mind. But now let's see if he can perform. Yeah,
100%. I like, just give me 3 games. Give me 3 games, and as you say, if it doesn't work, then you can cuss me. Gee, look, I say, okay, cool. You know what? Maybe I got it wrong. I'll take some of my money out of the stocks, not all of it, just some of it out of the stocks. Guys, if you've got any questions before we obviously head on out of here, put them in the chat now, and we will quickly run through it. Just before we do that, let me go through a couple of these comments, and then we'll get Mike's prediction on the game scoreline. Tom Little talking about turn him into a DM. Yeah, no. I hope Tom was. Hey, Hussam, we need to chat anyway, because this apology that you're doing to Chelsea fans, I don't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. We're not apologizing to anybody. Chelsea are bums. Leave them there with their 160 billion pounds that they've spent. Let them do their thing. If they think losing to Liverpool and looking like a prime Bournemouth was great, then let them do that. That's on them. I'm not worried about them because they're small fry. Let's worry about the big fish.
As Jose Mourinho say, if I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah.
I'm in big trouble.
But Hussam, don't worry. For Friday, if we got a stream on Friday evening, I will be there. I will be there. And we're going to unapologize. We're taking that apology back. But big up to Sam every time. So is Sabozz this? No, he's not. Feeding of cat food, can't blame Darwin. No, it's true. To be fair, the way that we do play, I will say that, because Liverpool aren't taking as many shots as before. We don't seem to be creating as many chances as before in terms of the volume of chances. Look, remember, Nunes was getting like 10 shots on like per game. That's not really
You
happening.
remember
now.
the
He'd be
Chelsea game
lucky.
last season? Oh my god.
To quote Double H, 9 to 5 striker, Mr. Have Hope himself. I need to even shout him actually. I ain't spoken to that guy in a minute. To Bozzel, I said already, you Mandem wants me to score. I'm doing the dirty work. That's what I'm saying. He said it in the press conference yesterday. He's doing the dirty work, and he has been doing it now for 2 seasons. So, do you get what I'm saying? It is what it is. Nunes and Szoboszlai got to the end of the season. You know what's mad? Nunes can't have to the end of the season, bro. You've already been here for 2 years. This is Szoboszlai's second season.
To be honest, G, I'm going to give everybody until the end of the season. With a new manager, I'm going to give it till the end of the season.
Fine, because Michael said it. Scraps, another 3 games. I've given them enough. Now let's see. Like I said, man, if we'd said that about Gravenberch, this is all I'm saying. If we'd said that about Gravenberch, the guy would have been gone. Gravenberch was able to turn it around, and I don't even think anyone thought Gravenberch would be this good. You probably thought he would get to this at some point, but to say straight away after the season you just had, we didn't even know. Remember, people were doing predicted 11s. I'm pretty sure because I watch all of the tactical videos from like some of the bigger channels and stuff like that. I watched all of them. None of them had Gravenberch in there. Maybe 1 or 2, but none of them had Gravenberch. It was always Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, and McAllister. And if it wasn't Curtis Jones, it was always, this is the midfielder that they're looking for because we wanted a 6 and stuff like that. It was never Gravenberch. So that kind of told you where our heads was at the beginning of the season. Now, bro, you can't have a lineup without Gravenberch. That'd be suicide, at this point. Darwin was playing well with Bobby. Funny, just leave him alone. Gee, are you ever available to join Have Hope's Hangouts at night? I always see them late, to be fair. I always see that, and I never know, is that for anybody to join, or is it like...
Yeah, anybody can join on Twitter.
Okay, yeah. Because when he puts it up there, I don't know if he's... Yeah, I didn't know that's for anybody. I might just join it one of these days. Yeah. He's funny, man. I like Hope still. And I'm not having it because when he performs and he don't score, it's like, why doesn't he score? But when he scores, is the performance were dead. Like last season, he got GA Mandem, still complained. Yeah, I think it's just because it's Nunes. I'll be honest. Like for me, anyway, I can't speak for everybody, but I just do not rate Nunes at all. So there isn't really much he can actually do to really impress me. Like I said, he would have to either change position for me to maybe change the way I look at him, or you're gonna have to have like a mad season where you just score bare goals. And I can't say anything but, he's scoring too many goals. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. I'm gonna be honest. With him, it's done now. Like I'm good with him. Do you get? That's why I haven't said too much on him this season. I've just let him do his thing. Whatever Nunes is gonna do, that miss against Ecuador, I've seen it so many times. I just watched it again. I've seen it so many times. Like I'm just used to that now. Hussam's going to start gaslighting Chelsea soon as his Arsenal are starting to look shaky. Yeah. Everyone's gaslighting Chelsea.
Were they really that bad yesterday, Arsenal? Because I heard people say they were really bad.
From the Arsenal fan friend that I chat to, he said, "Yo, we were rubbish." Wow. And to be fair, I was listening to I can't remember whose channel it is, but I know Lewis was on there, Flawless was on there, and a couple other people on there, and they were saying, yeah, Arsenal were kind of dead last night. But to be fair, from the timeline, it looks like what people are saying, even though I don't take too much stock from it, but from what people are saying, it was a general consensus of we don't look good without Ødegaard and Saka at this moment in time. So I was like, oh, and Calafiori got injured as well. So there's also that.
Really?
Yeah, haven't you seen the injury? I'll show you. I'll send you the video.
Got injured. Oh, nah, man.
Yeah, it was a bit of it looked mad. And I said, if it's what I think it is, it's peak. He just better hope it kind of, the way he fell on his ankle, he just better hope it's more of a bounce back more than, he actually snapped it completely. Because if he snapped it, then yeah, you're
oh, no, yeah, that's ACL. That's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
it's gone.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know if it's going to be that peak, but listen, man, wait and see. But in terms of your score prediction for the game, RB Leipzig, what are we saying?
2-1 Liverpool.
Same.
Salah gets a goal. Lucho gets the goal. But I
I'll
actually
go
think we're going to concede first.
Yes, that will be typical Liverpool. Yep. So yeah, I'll go. Yeah.
Well, not really
Yeah.
typical anymore, G. We
Oh
don't really
yeah,
concede.
yeah. Okay.
We don't
You know
concede
what?
anymore. We don't concede at all almost nowadays.
You're right. You know what? My brain keeps going back to the past. Yeah. I'm getting PTSD. Yeah. But I will say that I think it will be 2 or 3-1. 2 or 3-1. I think I went 3-1 yesterday, so I'll stick with 3-1. I'll stick with 3-1 just for the time being. But listen, we'll see how the game kind of pans out. I think. What did I say? Yeah, I did say 3-1 because I
You
said
said 3-1.
Nunes would get a hat trick of assists. Yes. So I'm going to stick with that
wow.
for now. Nunes will get a hat trick of assists. He won't score. He'll get a hat trick of assists. Salah 2, and if we're going with Diaz, then Diaz will get the other one. But just like Michael did say, to be fair, we do need to start having other players score goals too. Like it can't just always be. Do you know what I mean? Because the way he changes the squad so much, if Diaz isn't playing, then who else is scoring? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's there's quite a lot of onus. I'm not saying you can't have that. Every team has their one player who scores all the goals. I get it, but it just would be nice if players just chipped in at least. That's all I'm asking. Just chip in a bit more, and then we'll be good to go. Can we speak on how mid Liao was versus Club Brugge? I didn't watch that game.
He was not good. I mean, how Club Brugge didn't win that game is beyond me. Oh my god, G. Milan were terrible. Wow. Yep, they were terrible.
What is it with Milan? I haven't. It's funny because
just defensively, they're a horror show. They just don't have any balance in their team. The only reason why they won yesterday was because Club Brugge got a red card, and then Chukwueze changed the game off the bench. He was unreal, unstoppable. They couldn't stop him when he came off the bench. And then, Captain America doing Captain America things, bro.
I love the fact that they call it Captain America. That's so fucking funny. Fair enough. Yeah, you see Liao, he is such a weird player. So weird. I don't know. I almost feel like he'd have to just stay at Milan because they're clearly fine with it in terms of they don't want to actively sell him at this moment in time.
Oh, gee, you should see the stuff they say on Italian TV about him. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I
can imagine.
Oh, yeah. Antonio Consano, you remember that player?
Yeah.
Oh, he cusses him out all the time. All the time, man. Just talking about his work rate, all his lazy, this sort of stuff. It's like, come on, man. And then Leao is just on Twitter and just beefing with them. It's kind of hilarious to see. But Leao, he needs to step up. I mean, you're arguably one of the most talented players in Serie A, and you don't really consistently perform at that level where you can see the guy's got quality, man. He's just such a direct player. He's got the skills, got everything, but he's not effective enough. And I think when people watch him, if you don't watch Serie A regularly and you just see him in the Champions League, you're like, bro, this guy's just overrated. Why does anybody rate him? But he's got that in his locker. He just doesn't execute it every single game. And that's what's the frustrating part. Because he could easily be like a top 5 in Ballon d'Or. Based on this quality, he should be.
No, I agree.
But I will say this: Guevara is still the better player.
Yeah, 100%. That I can always guarantee. Michael, honestly, is asking, why did Sahin sub?
Because he's a coward. Because he's a coward.
I can't lie. When he did that, I said, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?"
Why would you change what's working?
Yes.
Gittins was giving Lucas Vazquez nightmares. We're about to go find the best knee doctor in the world to somehow fix Carvajal's knees in 1 week. Because Vazquez was terrible. He must have been drunk or something. Then all of a sudden, you cannot allow the team who thrive on momentum like it's cocaine to Real Madrid. You just cannot do it. If you allow it, you're going to lose. And that's exactly what happened to Dortmund. They conceded 5 goals in the last 30 minutes of the game. And they were awful. Emre Can, that guy's fine. He's been horrible this season. He's got beef, I think, with the club and stuff like that. But yeah, Dortmund, you know what I said, G, on my video when I did a reaction about the game? I said, this is the most Real Madrid performance of all time. And this is the most Borussia Dortmund performance of all time. They both go hand in hand in that game yesterday.
Bro, Michael, I don't really understand that.
They played so well in the first half.
Bro,
they're done.
They played perfect. Like that was an away performance where you're like, wow, okay, this is actually really, really good in terms of up against Real Madrid, best team, blah, 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 all of that kind of stuff. even yes, they're gonna have their moments. It was just the way that you played, the way that defensively you kept, even Garassi coming back in to drop into the midfield to help out with Brand, and I can't remember who the other midfielder was in the middle of the park. I remember sitting there thinking, Emre Can.
And Mecha.
I remember sitting there thinking, oh, Mecha. I remember sitting there thinking, bro, like the way that they play, and with Gittins on one side and Marlon on the other side, I was like, okay, yeah, the way that these lot are set up, it's actually really good because they're set up to also go on the counter. And with Marlon and Gittins, both quick, both skillful, can do their thing, they're going to cause Madrid problems. Second half come out. Michael, I promise you, yeah, I went to the kitchen. It was so funny. I went to the kitchen randomly to get like a drink. I was like, okay, the game's, whatever. I think I was in there. I went on the phone to talk to someone inside 10 minutes, but I could hear the TV going off and I could hear shouting, but because it's not loud, I'm just thinking maybe it's the crowd or whatever. I came back, I see 2-2. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't even understand. Like, what do you mean it's 2-2? Bro, I came in here to get a drink, have a quick conversation with someone. I didn't think I was going to miss too much. I thought Dortmund are going to play it safe for now. And then 70 minutes, Madrid will come back into gear. Yeah. And we all saw how that game just panned out. And in the end, it just became embarrassing. I can't even lie. They just gave up.
But the Vinny's second and third goal, oh my God, bro. Those were
yeah. Chop.
Sensational.
But Sewell is, they need to get rid of Sewell, man. I'm tired.
Do you know that was his first game in the last couple of weeks? He's coming back from injury and they start him immediately away at the Bernabeu.
No, okay, I know, but Sewell himself,
yeah, he's not good.
Michael. Yeah, I'm tired of him. He's slow. He you know what he is? He's your, if this was Sunday League and you needed a brute at the back who is somewhat calm on the ball, he'd probably be a good guy to have alongside someone else who's actually really, really good. I don't mind him there. But in this kind of, no. Take him away from the team. I'm tired of seeing him getting done up like there is no man's business. You just asked where was Duranville. Yeah, where was he actually? That's a good question.
I think he's injured, if I'm not mistaken. Because Adeyemi is injured as well.
Yeah. Which would have helped them.
I just could not believe. Like, Nuri Sahin is a young manager, but at this point, he's just a Turkish delight version of Edin Terzic. There's no difference between the two managers. They got no tactical idea. This is Dortmund, man. They're just such a hot and cold team. They're going to destroy Celtic one game. They're going to lose to Union Berlin. They'll destroy Bochum. They'll lose to Real Madrid and get annihilated. That's Dortmund for you.
At 4-2, I was like, let me go play GT. Yeah. At 4-2. At 3-2, I knew it was going to be.
As soon as I got to 2-2, I knew it was happening. It was over.
Yeah. It was already done. If anything, I was just watching just to see the goals. I just want to see what the goals are going to look like. And Vinicius turned into Ballon d'Or Vinny. You know what I'm saying? Guys, make sure you follow Michael Talks Football, please. Scraps, that's Ends and Savage. They will be doing watch along. Ends, Savage, Steve. I don't know if Michael maybe might. When it comes to watch along,
football, I do watch along. It's not club football.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then there you go. I can't sit still long enough to do watch alongs. I'm sorry. Like, I just can't. I end up getting up. I walk around because of where my computer is in relation to where the TV is. I can't always sit in this position for too long. If my computer was somewhere else, then yeah, I would actually consider doing them because I'll be like, okay, I can at least be a bit more comfortable while I'm watching the games. But yeah, when I do the watch alongs or sit on people's channels to do them, I promise you, I'm getting up at least 5 times just so I can just lay down on the couch, just relax a little bit. I'll come back, and I don't want to do that because obviously we're doing, we're doing a watch along. Can Barca keep out Harold?
I was going to ask you a question, G. What's your score prediction for the game? Barca Bayern.
3-2 Barca.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go with 3-2, but I am going to say
there's no Pavlovic, no Musiala will come off the bench. And then, Barca got players coming back. Gavi's back. Dani almost back.
Exactly.
Look, players are coming back for Barca.
But, and listen, Barca's my team, so I want them to win 8-0, if it were 8-2, for example. But I just think that Barca give up too many chances in games, though. I saw it against Sevilla when I was watching the game the other day against Sevilla.
Villarreal.
They blitz Villarreal. They do it. Valencia at the beginning of the season was where I first saw it.
Osasuna.
Bro, exactly. See, look how many games we've just named. That's 4 games that we've named, and there's probably more games that I'm not even thinking of. Right? They give up opportunities. You cannot give the top 2 striker in the world opportunities. So that's already 1 goal probably for him. And then Elise has been so cold this season. So I feel like he will thrive in this kind of environment. So it's going to be good to see Yamal, and Musiala coming on, and Pedri and Elise. All my favorite players in the world are all playing on one pitch today. So
okay,
it's going to be
another question for you. When was the last time Barcelona beat Bayern Munich?
I don't even know. I don't even know. Maybe 2000.
Bayern Munich have beaten Barcelona 6 times in a row. Their last victory was 2015 first leg Champions League final when Messi dropped Boateng. 6 times.
That was the last time they beat them, when Messi did that.
Yep. It's been 6 wins in a row for Bayern Munich against Barcelona.
Okay, fairs. But we're in a different phase now. We're in a different phase now.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We said that the last time. We said that the previous time. We said that the last time. The previous time. We say this all the time. But then
Michael, just let me enjoy the game, please. Just let me enjoy the game. Harry Kane is beating well against the Stegen.
This might be the Champions League game of the season. I can't lie. These two teams. What Bayern Munich did over the weekend as well, destroying Stuttgart. They on fire.
No, it's true. I just think that they, like Barca, will also give you chances. And I just think you just named the players that they are missing that will play a part. And I think that what he's going to try and do to combat that is just not be so expansive. But then with not being so expansive means you're not going to create too many opportunities, meaning your opportunities are going to come from, I think, half chances more than anything. And that's where I think Barca will start to take the edge of the game. I just hope it's not boring though, man. Obviously, you're going to the game as well, like for your sake. I don't think
it's gonna be. Maybe.
No, but too tactical, man. Like Vincent Kompany, I feel like he's someone who might try and overthink.
I was thinking maybe Kompany would be a little bit more defensive, maybe against Quick. He's like, okay, let's just hit them on the counter attack. Let's get Harry Kane to hold up the ball and see if he can then get Olise involved, get Ambry involved, and see how that's going there. But yeah, I like it. This should be a good game.
Last question before we head on out of here. Question on Gyökeres, because he was watching Ligue 1 stream, and a Madrid fan said that the Swedish apparently have said Gyökeres is mad overhyped. Do you think that's the case?
Well, if
I don't know what the Swedish people say, so I can't answer.
I don't know either, but I'm gonna be honest. If you're taking any football takes from that channel, then I don't know what to tell you. But I will tell you this: Gyökeres is a beast. He's a beast. How many times have we seen, okay, except for Darwin and maybe a couple other examples, but most players that move away from Liga Portugal and go to the Premier League or La Liga, are they mostly bangers? Do they work out most of the time? Yes, they do. I think we get it. Now, I've been seeing Fabrizio Romano with this prop, and anytime Fabrizio tweets a player and they're scoring, that means he's making a move next summer. So I'm already starting to see it.
Yeah.
Where Gyökeres goes, I don't know. The guy's a beast, though. I think he is much more polished than Darwin was at Benfica.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I think Gyökeres is much better than Gonzalo Ramos was at Benfica as well. He's got the all-round play. He can play it out wide. He can play wide, sort of receive the ball there. He can hold up play, just good on both feet. I really rate the guy, man. He's such a baller. He scored a ridiculous goal against yesterday as well.
Yes. But I feel like every time I go on my phone, if Sporting are playing, he just is the goal scorer. It's just every single time. Like, it's becoming ridiculous now. And then I saw the goal, I was like...
This will be a good metric. They play Man City next in the Champions League, and after that against Arsenal. There you can rate Gyökeres after those 2 games.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, say no more. I'm gonna.
So if people never watch them, watch those 2 games, and then you can come back and say, Michael, you are a footballing genius, or Michael, you're the biggest fraud on YouTube.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to put the thumbnail. Is Michael a fraud? Is he a genius? Or he's a genius? Listen, it's all down to Gyökeres. He's rested his laurels on that. He said it because Gyökeres misses a lot of chances, and Fabrizio never mentioned it. But any other striker he does. The problem that you got with stuff like that is, yeah, it's like the Haaland thing. Haaland misses bare chances. But you see how many goals he gets? You just be point scoring at this point if you're going to point out the misses, because he scores so many goals. Gyökeres scores so many goals where you're like, you're not really going to point out the fact that he misses, because that's kind of not really noticeable.
Honestly, do you think Fabrizio is really going to mention his misses when he's trying to get a guy a move? A transfer?
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to do that, really.
No, that's facts. That's facts. All right, people. That is done and dusted. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I think Enz has got the call-in show later on today, I believe. So make sure. I don't know if he's doing a watch along. Maybe I saw it, maybe I didn't see it. But either way, head on over to Football with Enz. I think he might got something. He's definitely got the call-in show later on today. I'll be back tomorrow morning, giving my thoughts on the game. Hopefully, I see 2 wins from my team, Liverpool and Barca. That would be really, really good. And I'll definitely be smiling after Madrid flipping 1 yesterday, which pissed me off. So we'll wait and see. Mike, if you got anything popping, let the people know. This is where you can find yourself.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm going to try and get a vlog out tomorrow from the game tonight.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, please.
Hopefully.
Vlog. Even if you don't do it, just send me the video. I just want to see.
Yeah. I'll be posting. Yeah, guys, remember to follow me on all the socials. I'll be posting stuff there when I head to the game tonight. But yeah, other than that, just talk about football, man. International football, club football, non-Premier League content. You know where to find me at Michael Talks Football on YouTube.
Come on, man. You know the vibes. Sav said he's doing it. Sav is doing. Okay, that's. If you guys said Sav is doing it, then maybe Sav has already said it. I'm not even going to speak for Sav, because he'll start shouting at me and getting angry at me if that's not the case. So I don't want, I don't want to piss him off. Before we go, do you man think Savage was happy or sad yesterday? I think he was just indifferent. But I also think he knew, because obviously he supports Madrid and Dortmund.
Yeah.
So I think he just would have been indifferent.
Okay. I didn't know he was a Dortmund fan.
He's been a Dortmund fan for a minute.
Okay.
For a minute.
I mean, come on, man. At this moment, if you're a Dortmund fan, you just have to accept it. This is what they do.
Yeah. You can't really get mad like that. Like, it's like, thank God I've only got Barca, for example. But you see, when Barca played Liverpool, it was so funny, because I just remember thinking I was happy with how the tie went, because I was happy, if I'm being honest, that as Messi scored, Barca won that first game, but then I was over the moon that we ended up winning the second game, and then it allowed for us to go through. I was like, you know what? That's perfect. Both of my teams were to win. That I can't ask for more. I really can't ask for more. Both teams won in this tie, so I can be happy at the outcome. If I'm being, totally honest. And listen, man, all my favorite players play for Barcelona, so I can't really complain. But guys, catch you guys tomorrow anyway. Make sure you keep the notification bells on. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. See you later. Peace.